So if you're a husband or you are a dad or you're a guy, then this is going to be for you. This is going to be special. I don't want to call it a series because that sounds too formal, but we're going to start and we're going to look specifically at the dads and their role and their responsibility. So it's going to be awesome. Okay, enjoy, gentlemen. I want to start and I want you to imagine, get your little minds involved into this whole exercise. Please imagine the following. Okay, so I want you to set the scene in your mind. The scene is on a deserted road. There's cliffs and whatever everywhere, and Dad is driving, but he wakes up, which kind of tells you what the issue is. Okay, so Dad wakes up. What he hears is screams, that those from the heart type of it's fearful, those kind of screams. And he opens his eyes, and the first thing that he does is he looks in the rear view mirror and he sees his three kids on the back seat, and in their eyes he can see the fear. And he looks to his left and he looks at his wife, and she is absent. She's as pale as a ghost. All right, and he can see the fear in her eyes. And what she does now, because he fell asleep, this is now how he wakes up, by the way. This is okay. You don't want to wake up like this, but this is how he wakes. You know that wake up that you get when you know you shouldn't have been sleeping? That's what I'm talking about. So she leans over and she tries to correct, because obviously he's been drifting off the road. So she tries to correct, but obviously she overcompensates, and now the car starts swerving, all right, into oncoming traffic. While this happens again, he still looks around. He gets all these sounds of the tires screeching and his kids screaming in the background, and wife immediately understands what she's done wrong, and now she leans over again and she pulls again to try and correct her mistake, and as a result it gets worse. It's that whole kind of we're gonna roll the car now type of thing that's happening. And in that second, Dad realizes that he is the one that got his family into this mess. But he then also realizes that he is the only one that's going to get them out of this mess. So he puts his hand back on the steering wheel and he takes his wife's hand and he looks her in the eye and says, "Honey, I've got this. You need to let go now." I suppose it was more in a shouty, screamy voice, but that's not the point. And he looks at her and says, "You need to let go now." And in that millisecond, she understands and she lets go, and he battles and he gets the car under control and manages to stop it just before a cliff. This story happens and is happening in the lives of families all across. And the problem is because dads, husbands, guys, they have fallen asleep at the wheel. They don't do what they're supposed to do. Their responsibilities are neglected. The kids are a mess. The wives, they're a mess because dad isn't doing what dad is supposed to do. And that's happening, as I said, all over. And this morning, I want to tell you that there's hope. There is hope. So if dad, you know that your family is struggling, that your kids are falling apart, that your wife is struggling, if that's you this morning, then there's good news. There's hope. But the first thing that you need to do is you need to do some evaluation in your life. You need to get back and look at yourself and say to yourself, listen, what have I done? Where am I going? Look at the lives of your kids and see if you can see something. Where are they going? What are they doing? Look at your wife. Is she a beautiful blossoming flower, or is she absolutely exhausted of trying to do things that you are supposed to do? Is she trying to lead a family that you are supposed to lead? Are you in a situation where you really know that you should lead, but you can't lead because you don't know where to lead? You don't know who you are, you don't know where to go. There's hope. So do a little bit of an evaluation. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to evaluate where we are and what we are. And with the help of God, then we're gonna get back and we're gonna try and get this whole car under control before there's some fatal incidents. So gentlemen, strap in. There's going to be an amazing one. We're going to have to get honest with ourselves. So what I want you to do today is evaluate. Check where you are. Look at your family, look at your wife, look at your circumstances, look at everything around you. And then you evaluate. Are we on the right direction? Are we on the right path? Do you even know what path you should be on? Okay? Let's tackle this. Enjoy.